All right, so last time on the Curse of Strahd, after spending a day in Kresk, exploring the modest town and this quiet village surrounded in this interior forest, you made your way up to the abbey where you discovered the odd abbot and his creations, the mongrel folk that inhabited the abbey. Many of them imprisoned there, victims of their own madness. The abbot also introduced you to his would-be bride of Strahd, and implored you all to do him a favor and help him secure a wedding dress for the event. Undecided, you and a little uncomfortable with the situation, you made your way back to the home of the Burgomeister, where you were joined for dinner by the very same abbot, who proceeded to implore the Burgomeister to as well help with the purchase of said wedding dress. As payment for their assistance, he resurrected their long dead son, or their son who had been dead for the last few months. With a odd encounter in a barn by yourself, Jay, you said some things that maybe you don't regret, maybe you do.
As a player, I regret everything.
And that's where we will pick up. So as the darkness fills that empty barn again, Jay, that the sound of laughing still echoing in the back of your mind, that malicious, arrogant laughter. Outside, thunder claps and rain begins to pour heavily now, splashing in the already damp streets. So while this is happening in the barn, remind me, where's Tensfeta?
Tens went to the pond, the lake, and went to the statue, gave it a hug, and then went into the gazebo. If there's any sort of shelter there.
So the gazebo itself is old and untreated. It hasn't seen any attention in a significant amount of time. So while what meager shelter it offers, as the rain begins to come down in sheets outside, the water just leaks in pools through cracks in the ceiling and in rot. But it's better than being outside. Cole, Mavvin, what were you doing?
Cole was outside. He was taking a bunch of old feed bags, yeah, and stuffed them with hay or whatever sort of dead grasses. Stacked him up on some crates and barrels and propped it up, and he's going through his drills, and he's, sort of marked this roughly with a bit of charcoal, different key points. He's just practicing stabbing and slashing across him, rain pouring down his face, just as there's anger in his eyes that he hasn't had to feel like this for some time, but Barovia's doing it to him.
When's the last time Cole used a spear?
Been a bit. In the Dawnbreakers, it takes you singular and group, and spears use more of group tactics. Yeah, shields up and sort of interlocked them, and the spears sort of went in between. Good for clearing out larger groups and makes a smaller group feel much larger than it is. And just remembering, and he's doesn't have another shield to interlock it with, but he's got his emblazoned like found a shield right there with him, and almost eye level with a spear, and a bit rusty, but begins finding the mark.
And last but certainly not least, Durango.
As I recall, Durango had retired for the evening, kind of withdrawn after what they witnessed. Kind of idly playing with his mandolin as he reflects on the resurrection and some of his own experiences and just the greater of implications of that event, like what could be going on. Just reflecting.
And so as the night progresses and all of you find yourselves in these various stages of thought and reflection, is everybody kind of staying where they are? Cole, are you making your way back to the room? Tens,
Yeah,
you're
after a
staying
few
at the
hours.
gazebo. Somewhere in the woods outside the wall on the other side of the in the wilderness beyond Tens, your various stages of meditation are constantly interrupted by the howling of wolves and the bells chiming in the distance. But ultimately, all of you find some form of respite for the evening. The next morning comes quickly for some, suddenly for others, and not soon enough for another one. Are you all gathering outside the house? Tensveta, what are you doing?
Tins wakes up in a bit of a chill from the rain, kind of just takes a moment. Before he puts on his armor, he thinks about it for a moment and looks at a couple marbles in his hand before slipping it back on. And then he will slowly and coldly leave a small trail of quick melting frost behind him as he makes his way back to the house.
All right. Ash.
Is it still raining?
It is.
Ash will just kind of be sitting propped up against the door of the barn, just kind of looking out, trying to observe if he sees anybody coming or going from the party, thinking about things that were said and revelations that were had the previous evening.
That morning, you see several of the servants rush past you, and they grab a rather sturdy-looking, if not a little beyond her years, mule, and begin preparing it for the trip ahead. Saddling it with bags. You see they're packing things for the Lady Anna. Another group, two gentlemen, middle-aged. Doesn't look like they've seen much actual fighting, although they are dressed in what looks like very modest but unused guard uniforms. Spears and short swords, shields, not unlike Cole. They arrive at the house. As they arrive, they knock on the door and they enter in. several of those the servants begin to bring the mule out in the rain to the front of the house. Cole and Durango inside. You hear voices first thing in the morning. You smell breakfast being made early as the house seems to be in a bit of a commotion, preparing for this journey to Vallaki.
For the folks in the barn, you said they were packing up or pulling out guard armor or guard uniforms?
No, so you see two guards approach the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seeing the kerfluffle, I'll make my way to the interior. Probably just hanging out by the front door, being a nuisance, blocking the way.
Yeah, and the house is a bit of it's very alive at the moment as Anna is preparing. You can see several of these servants that you've seen several times throughout your stay here begin to pack, and they're putting things into rucksacks and stuff to prepare for this journey.
Asha's gonna go find Cole.
After a few minutes, you see him sort of come out, you know, having freshly been prestidigitated, and yep.
Hey, come out here with me for a minute. And I'm just gonna have him step outside of the house, outside of earshot of anybody that's coming or going for it.
Cole just look, you know, back and forth before following.
I think we need this dress. I know you and me aren't real keen on this Abbott, but he's gonna be on his toes. I think we need that key to get in, and you know, we can make a move from there.
Yeah, well, I figure we're making no ruckus on the way there, yeah?
Yeah. Hey, big walls. It's only 4 of us. I don't think we're gonna be able to do much with a full frontal assault.
I'm not gonna lie. I might not be able to do heck of a lot either way. I'm doing it, but this might be a death sentence. Hope you know.
There are worse things, and I think you know that.
That I do.
But let's at least try to stack the odds in our favor as best we can, huh?
Yeah. Tell you that if you looks at me the wrong way, it's it. Gonna find Spanner's back.
Whatever means I got you on this one. Give him a clap on the back. Let's get the fuck out of this rain.
Yeah.
So as the house begins to again prepare for this journey, all of you enjoy breakfast. Ten Sveta, I'm not certain what time you show up. It would be, you'd probably miss it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trudging.
Outside, the rain is just continuing to pour down. The sky is completely cloud covered and overcast to the point where it looks almost as if you are stepping out first thing in the morning into an afternoon sunset. Anna introduces you to the several of her attendees who will be going on the journey with you, as well as the mule and the 2 guards.
What's the mule's name?
Sturdy.
I'm going to start sizing up the guys as I'm walking around.
Make a perception check.
Ash is gonna do his best to remember the features.
I was
Of
14.
the guards.
14. Yeah, they are. They're dressed for travel, although the armor is not. Is probably a little heavier. It seems to be, although they are. It is early in the day. You can tell that these are not. The two of them aren't in the best of shape. And don't seem like they've seen much as far as actual combat, outside of maybe breaking up a fight between two farmers. So they don't. And the armor itself doesn't look very well worn. Intimidating from afar, but not. Nobody would go into a shield wall with.
That's what I thought. I just sort of forgive him a little on the way by.
She pulls up. Xana pulls up a thick cloak over her head. She saddles up. She pats Sturdy on the forehead. Well, we can leave whenever you're ready. We should make haste. Don't want to be on the road after dark.
Did we rolled in here on foot, right? We didn't bring anything. Okay,
Yeah.
Thought so. Just double checking.
Tins has his hood up from the cloak that he got from the people at the very beginning. And I can never remember the name of.
The Vistani.
Vistani, thank you. He just kind of lines up to get ready to go. Doesn't say a word.
Durango's just immaculate. Despite the rain, he still looks very spirited and rakish. The rain kind of seems to like sizzle off his skin as it touches him.
Well, you're the lady. Finest. Let's get at it.
Flip up the hood of my cloak, the one I stole off that guy in the woods, because it wasn't flashing.
Dead man's cloak. The journey is what?
I was gonna say Ash will take point on the.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So the journey itself begins, and you head back along the road towards Valaki, heading east through the rain and the mud. The road itself is an absolute mess. They don't take horses. Everybody walks on foot. Very quickly, the guards again begin to have a bit of trouble with the armor and the weight and the mud. But for the most part, the journey is slow, but methodical. It's one that you've made several times now, through the wood, through that dark Svalak road, and even now as the rain pours down, little sun reaches the road itself. So Ash, you are taking point. What are the rest of you doing?
I'd imagine I'll be sort of central. Yeah, sort of midway down the pack. Sort of keeping my eyes on the hired hands. I don't completely trust. Yeah. Trust their soldiering abilities, if you know what I mean.
As per usual, Durango stays pretty close to Cole in any kind of uncertain situation.
Tins will be kind of trudging along in the back, just spinning the hilt of the sun sword in his hand idly, marbles in the other hand.
So as you continue to push on through the wood across that old stone bridge and then past that tower looming above you, your small caravan doesn't take the shorter route cutting through the wood. They stick to the main Svalak road, which takes a little extra time, but it meanders around and it's a little more open. Ash, a couple hours in, and you know, it's almost hard to pay too much attention. Although a little ways through, you start to drone out the handmaids, and they're chatting fairly loudly with Anna. They aren't particularly trying to obscure their presence, right? As they try to keep in spirits. The rain still coming down in heavy sheets. Mud soaking into everybody's boots and cloaks. You notice two individuals on the road ahead. Humanoid from a glance. Maybe 200 feet.
I'm gonna call a halt. And all I can tell about them is that they're a humanoid.
Yeah, it's just two figures.
Jog back. I got a couple folks up there. Anybody want to come up with me and see what they're about? Make sure they're not like our other friend that we found the other day.
Yeah, all right. And pull the spear from my back.
Tens will get up next to Durango. I'm just gonna watch.
Don't be too far behind. And I'm gonna hoof it with Cole up to wherever these people are.
Okay. As you get a little bit closer, you get within maybe 25, 30 feet. You can see the two men now, thick, full beards, hooded as well. They turn, and the first one says, "Hey, who goes there?" Along now in the rain, through the rain, you can see that they are covered in furs, and they have bundles of what look like skins and furs underneath their arms, as if they're carrying them.
Folks that are walking, same as you.
Walking in this shite.
I don't choose the day that we walk. I just do the walking.
I know that. Yeah, you know, we have business to do as well. He taps the furs. Rain, hail, sleet or snow.
Yeah, where are you taking them?
Thinking about property for Lockheed. Gets a good price. They only seem to sell wolf pelts.
What are you doing? Just stand in the middle of the road then?
Friend walking just like you.
As he says, just stand in the middle of the road, Ash is going to kind of gesture around, and while he does it, he's going to be scanning the tree line to see if there's anybody or anything hanging out, waiting.
He looks at the two of you, and he looks back beyond you. You two seem like strangers here, huh? A little well armed. What are you doing, standing out in the middle of the road?
I mean, we literally just walked up to you, so we weren't just standing here.
But besides that, we're hired guards. Fortescue's finest, if you ain't heard.
I ain't good. Yeah, that's a wicked-looking spear you got.
It is, isn't it? I just sort of give it a twirl.
Well, you know, let me give you a piece of advice. Although probably won't do you much good. Silver usually works best around these parts. But perhaps that's a lesson for another life now, isn't it? At that moment, you hear a howl from the tree line.
Yep.
You look and your eyes dart, and you see shapes blur and the figure in front of you begins to change.
Okay.
Ash
That
is-
beard elongates and stretches out, his mouth twisting and contorting into this fanged, wolf-like form. The other one behind him does the same as they begin to hunch over, their muscles begin to bulge. And let's go ahead and get on the map and roll initiative.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You guys have made it out really lucky with a lot of these random encounter rolls.
Oh, that's
course
what
it
you
would
rolled.
happen now.
Okay. Okay. Oh boy, here we go.
How sturdy the mule. Is
No active encounter, it's saying.
Oh, just give me a moment.
Okay. I'll be patient.
are those blue people the?
No, they're all with you.
Okay.
You guys are probably. You said you're up here,
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a cool effect.
yeah?
The lightning. Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah,
dope.
that one was really
Yep.
cool.
Oh, sure, going to fight the werewolves.
The wolf howls are getting me right now.
Yeah, it's real good. it's real good. There you go. Ooh, not bad.
All right, let's see what I can get here.
Oh, I
No.
need to change my dice.
Oof.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh no. Ooh.
That is really cool.
Yeah, that lightning effect is dope. Okay.
All right, and as quickly as he transforms, he darts towards you, Ash. That wolf-like form, these massive claws, just moving impossibly fast as he tears forward towards you. Let's see. So, the first one is a 6.
Nope.
All right. The second one is a 17.
That one will hit.
Right, take 6 points of slashing damage.
Very good. Very good.
Hold on a second. I think it's not, I think I've got a new thing. Oh, that's for saving throws. Never mind. Never mind.
Good looking out there.
All right, Cole.
I still have.
You watch as this wolf just darts towards Ash. Right, it just with a blinding speed. This werewolf just lunges towards him. The first strike, Ash manages to dodge out of the way. The second one, just he gets caught again as those claws. You watch them sort of rip into the armor.
Well, who do you think you are? And I run forward and I just kind of do a flying Superman stab with the spear. So that's +2. That was javelin. Hold on, sorry. What? Why did I do that? Here, hold on a second. +2, normal.
I don't know why, because you hit
There
the
we
wrong
go.
button.
There we go. 23 to hit. That doesn't look right. That's a lot of pluses.
23 hits.
I think that still might have been a 21 to hit, but not a 23.
I don't. Maybe it's a. Hold on.
I manually added in a +2 because I didn't know if it was going to do it by itself, so I think it
Gotcha.
did.
So 21 still hits.
Okay, sick.
Which one are you hitting, by the way?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm moving up to the one next to the Ash, the one that attacked Ash. And yeah, kind of Superman stabbing towards the neck. It's 10 points of piercing damage. Hold on. Actually, +2. Did that do that right? This is my first time using this too, so.
Yeah, it gave you 1d6 plus 2 plus 4.
Which would be your
Okay.
strength, right? So
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay,
Yep.
10 points of piercing damage.
to the one in front of Ash.
Yes.
Okay, so you lunge forward with that spear, the blood spear, just begging, and quickly it finds you. Watch the wolf quickly tries to maneuver itself out of the way and kind of position itself around Ash, but the spear, you're used to this style fighting, and that muscle memory kicks in, all the drilling from the night before, and you manage to lash it out quickly like the fang of some sort of cobra as it cuts deep into the flesh.
Like I never stopped.
Tensveta.
Tens is going to. Tens would have already had his sword lit, if that's okay. He'll rush forward and then teleport to here with his face step. I need both werewolves to make Wisdom saving throws, DC 14.
I was so thrown off by the silver comment too. And like, didn't we establish that the vampires and silver aren't really a thing?
Yeah, no.
Oh well, I mean, but probably are for werewolves.
Wow.
Both of them are now frightened until the end of my next turn, and I'm going to look at the one that Ash is dealing with. I'm going to slap it with a booming blade. Does a 17 hit?
Muted on that one.
No, a million menus. Yeah, 17 hits. Sorry, thank you.
Cool. That's 11 points of radiant damage, and let's see, we are past level 5, so I get an extra d8 of thunder from the booming blade now, which is another 2 points of thunder damage. And then if he decides to move 5 feet away from me, which he can't move anyway, or he can't move towards me, he can only move away from me, he'll take another 2d8, and I'll just, I'll finish out my movement by taking a step back. That's my turn.
All right, yeah. So you watch as suddenly just Tensveta appears in this blinding flash of light, almost like an arc. As the lightning strikes, he's there, and the two with that sun sword ablaze. You can see the two werewolves both turn and sort of wince away from it, as they as they sort of back up away from Tensveta. That booming blade lashing out. You just slice with the sword, and it just catches one of the wolves by surprise, and it just. Blood just spatters and splatters out of its mouth.
I forgot about sneak attack. It's been so long since I played.
I mean, yeah, it's what.
Right, you would
werewolves
have
are known for.
advantage.
I don't have advantage. Why would I have advantage? I
Um,
have friends on the other side.
yeah, flanking, right?
36. Do we do flanking rules?
We well engaged friends. That, yeah.
Take another 9 points of radiant damage on that one.
All right, does that end your turn?
Yes, sir.
All right, frightened is just disadvantage, and they can't move towards you, right?
Believe so. Let me check.
Yeah. On all attack rolls and ability checks, yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful. Ash.
I'm gonna give just a holler. Trouble! And I'm gonna go ahead and drop back 10 feet, try to do a rollback. Guessing I'll take that attack of opportunity.
You sure are.
At disadvantage.
That's a shame. 7.
Doesn't hit. And seeing 10s and Cole lay into this first one, Ash is gonna look off or at the second one and let off 2 arrows. For a dirty 20 and a 15.
Both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Wow, werewolves are easy to smack.
5 damage, and I screwed this up, so we're gonna do 1d8 plus 3, and then 8 more. 5 plus 8. And I'll go ahead and use Action Surge as my bonus action as well.
That's just a free thing. It's not a bonus action.
Oh, well, I'm going to use it either way and fire off 2 more arrows at the same one. For a 10. Good, we're back to regular Ash rolls.
Mm-hmm.
For another 10.
Roll. What a natural.
What an Ash roll.
Yeah, so in one blinding moment, you attempt to use the distraction from Tensveta to just escape close quarters. You duck underneath a claws that scrapes over your head, and as it does, you pull 4 arrows out of your quiver. You stab them into the ground and quickly pivot, firing all 4 at once. 2 of them catching the wolf in its right in its midsection. It howls and growls as blood just spurts out of its mouth. The other 2 running a little wide.
I'm going to use the rest, some more movement, and back up 10 more feet, and that'll end my turn.
Okay. Durango.
So Durango takes a sideways stance, kind of pointed towards the uppermost werewolf there, launches into a riff, and just as Ash looses those last couple arrows, a couple blasts of energy go flying by him. That's a 13 to hit.
13 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oops. For 13 damage, and for the second bolt, it's a 24.
Oh, I thought that was damage. For a second, I was like, Jesus.
For another 8 damage. As a bonus action, Durango will look particularly rakish.
Was it 13 damage and 8 damage, you said?
Yeah.
Right, actually, so the first one slams into the werewolf, and you can watch as it begins to lower itself and get ready to lunge at Cole. That bolt smacks into it, and with a crack, you just hear a break somewhere deep inside as the light fades, and the werewolf just falls to the ground. The second one, I'm going to assume you send at the other one?
That would be preferable.
Yeah. All right. Is that end your turn?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this one circles around you, Cole. Even in his wolf form, he draws this large spear as well and hunches down, and spear to spear it begins to engage with you. The first strike darts out as he begins to circle with disadvantage.
I was going to say it's
it
a
matters.
disadvantage.
Just in time, I sort of bring the shield up and smack a spear out of the way.
All right, second one's a 16.
That misses.
Yeah. So both times you can tell he's the eyes darting between you and Tensveta. He looks between the two of you and begins to try to make two quick strikes, as if trying to position you in between himself and Tens. But you seeing the tactic, you manage to utilize your shield and just keep batting it away and pushing him back into position. And then he's going to 20 back up. So you go ahead and make your attack of opportunity.
Oh, I will. That misses. It's 11.
No, 11 hits.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I could roll one more. I could roll a goddamn 3.
I said 9 points of piercing.
Yeah. So as you seeing the advantage as he's continuing to stare at you and Tens, you find an opening and you stab at it as he just backs up and begins to slowly back away towards the woods, looking at the three of you. Behind you. Oh, no, not the right button. From out that tree line now, you hear the sound of the howling and you see the darting shapes. You watch one of the creatures comes out fully transformed at this point, darts and grabs one of the attendees to Anna, just grabs it and it just one fell swoop just tears and rips and just you see blood spurt and spray across the noble. On the other side as well, another one darts out of the tree line, grabbing one of the nobles, just ripping into them as one of the commoners, as he just rips in them and tears on the ground and begins to just, you see that shake as this mouth closes around the neck of this young lady and just shakes as it breaks underneath him. The mule begins to go wild and takes off. Anna shouts, and you can hear it from behind as those guards begin to try to circle around and protect her. The commoners just drop to the ground and start cowering. Another one darts out to engage with one of the guards. You can see as he, terrified, begins to fight with it. Let's see if I kill him or not.
All right.
Nope.
I mean,
Nope. Adrenaline kicks in, I guess. All right, and then we are back to Cole. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah, I hear the blood-curdling cries behind me and just go, I knew those girls weren't worth nothing. And, completely ignoring that one, I'm gonna go and, move 30 feet towards the closest one. And I'm gonna take the spear and I'm gonna, and throw it overhead and chuck it at the werewolf. I think I got enough range for that. 5, 10, 15, 20. Is that 25? What's the... Oh, it's 2060, so it'd be at disadvantage.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay, yep.
Do it anyway, because it's cool.
Yeah, then I have to
Only
go get
an
it
11.
back.
Just run
Yeah,
up there
let's
and
try
take
it.
down.
Yeah, let's roll the dice. Let's
Do it.
let fate decide. Oh, that's a 6. Oh, no. Did I disadvantage that? Yeah, that's a 16.
Yes, that's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
nice. Well done.
You can only
it's
miss
not,
on a
it's a-
natural one.
It's a 14.
Oh, right.
Remember, you added that extra 2 in there, didn't you?
It's-
Oh, no, you
it's
took it
not-
out.
No, I didn't. I
You
took it out. It's
Never
not there
mind.
anymore. Yeah, it's a
Never mind.
16. All right. And I'm gonna hit for 9 points of damage, and then, well, what do we have here? We have a little bit of a smite now, don't we?
Hey, smite slots. Burn 'em up.
Let's see. Starting a second. I barely use this, so
I don't think you can't use smite. You can only smite with a melee attack, though. Wouldn't that be
Okay,
ranged?
so that was yes.
Okay. Shit. Okay. Never mind. I don't have that then. I'll sit.
What does poison
Yeah,
strike work?
no Thor's hammer.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. Poison strike I need beforehand, so I could have started with it's a bonus action, and I have to touch one piece of weapon. Okay, so yeah, too late on that. That's it.
All right, Tensveta.
Tens is gonna blow out a soft bit of frost. Useless. And just action, bonus action, dash. And get up here to our friend Durango. And then he'll pull out his hand crossbow and shoot that werewolf. Get a natural one.
Owie.
Yeah, you attempt to load it with the bolt, but the rain is coming down heavy, and it slips a little as you attempt to fire it, and it just the mechanism gets trapped and it doesn't quite go the distance you were looking for.
He looks at the sun sword and just apologizes profusely. That's his turn.
All right, that brings us back to Ash.
Oh, and that werewolf's no longer afraid.
I knew there had to be more people. And I'm going to run up next to Durango and flank on the other side of him, similar to Tensveta. And I'm going to loose off some arrows at that particular baddie. We're also going to load this up with a one of my arcane shots. We're going to use the grasping arrow. So that's an attack roll for a 25. And they have to make a the creature hit by arrow charge. Speed is reduced by 10 feet. The target.
You hit your entangling shot.
Yeah, the grasping arrow.
Yep. Okay.
So it'd be 2 extra d6. Poison for 4. Each time it moves, 1 for more without teleporting, takes additional 2d6 slashing damage. The target or any creature that can reach it can use its action to remove the brambles with a successful strength athletics check against my DC.
Gotcha.
You also need to roll damage for your arrow.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So, did it say for every 5 feet or just every time it moves?
Every time
basically-
it moves
Every time it moves 1 foot or more.
without teleporting.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's going to be 9 additional piercing just from the regular arrow damage.
Okay.
It's one shot.
Yeah, it's your first.
Right,
strike.
I got to use my arcane shots. We're just gonna do a regular arrow on the second one for 20.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ash has turned over a new leaf. Look at this.
Yeah,
10,
extra 10
Jesus.
damage.
That's hot though.
Yeah, as you fire that first bramble shot, right? That first grappling shot, it hits the ground, and as it does, it explodes as that those sort of like metal barbed wires just pop out of it and begin to wrap themselves around these like arcane barbing that just wraps itself around the werewolf. It begins to snarl and tug as it's trying to snap at the guard still, who's just shaking and pulling backwards. As it turns to you, that second arrow catches it. It just barely flinches as it stabs into it. right. And with that, we are at Durango.
So, flanked by his companions, Durango turns and faces the group behind him, his mandolin in hand, kind of looking like a pretty badass album cover. Like the lightning behind him and everything. He launches into an incredibly complex riff, and the air in front of him just explodes into psychedelic insanity.
Nice.
So everything in the square needs to make a wisdom save at disadvantage.
Everything in the square.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna love this one. Yeah.
All right. I love when it's easy.
I mean, that would be a pretty badass band cover. Like, if you're sitting there strumming on a guitar, you got a dude launching arrows off to the one side and the guy with a flaming sword on the other.
Sorry, those are at disadvantage.
They are at
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. I forgot about that.
From the mandolin.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh my
Insane.
god.
All right. Well, we'll give that as an 11 to the. It makes sense. Like it's the mule rolled a natural 20, so we'll give that as 11 to the werewolf. That's a fail. Remember, remind me to roll for the mule. That's another failure.
The commoner's
A
getting
failure.
jacked up.
One commoner succeeded. The guard is a failure.
How dare you say that about that guard? His mom loves him. Guard is not a failure.
One succeeded. Anna fails. And the one werewolf succeeds.
What,
Now
did
the
you get the
mule.
donkey in there too?
I gotta get the donkey. Hold on.
Yeah.
Come on, sturdy.
Donkey fails.
Donkey ain't running away on us. It's got the food, man. And as he
All
does this,
provisions.
Durango is just like slowly backing away. And yeah, that'll end my turn.
All right. So your hypnotic pattern. What is it? What are you doing with it? You're essentially just trying to keep them focused on it.
Yeah,
Incapacitated.
everything that's charmed is incapacitated.
Okay. Good. All right.
Most insane spell in the game, in my opinion.
That's nuts.
It's pretty wild.
It's pretty hypnotic.
It's pretty hypnotic. There we go. So
Should put a light in there that just swirls.
there we go. All right. So this werewolf is going to. He's gonna run. He's out.
I was gonna say, he has no hope.
This one too is going to grab the one that succeeded is going to rush. You see him rush and just yank, and he just tears at the throat of the mule as he just pulls it along with him and begins to take off running.
He takes that 2d6 from the shot.
Not this one. That's not the one that.
Was
Yeah,
it?
it was.
Oh,
That was-
I hit this one.
Oh, I definitely was
No,
trying
you
to
hit.
shoot.
Oh, this one. You hit the one in the back.
Yeah, I was specifically aimed at that one. I thought I even like pinged it. Sorry.
No, because I caught it.
But you let me add the damage to the wrong one then.
I was
JD has a
too
lot going
focused
on,
on figuring out what the hell I was doing for once.
He was too distracted by the fact that he actually got to do something.
Yeah, for a change.
All right, never mind. Then he's just going to try to rip those brambles off.
Well, this ain't gonna be too hard for him, but
That's a
Athletics.
13, so no fails.
no, my spell save is a 12.
12. Okay, never mind. That succeeds. Yep. But that's his turn, right? It's his action.
Yeah, I think so. Double check.
Yeah, it uses an action.
Yeah, use its action to remove the brambles.
Yep. Okay. Hypnotic pattern is at the end of their turn. Do they make another saving throw?
For the duration. All it says is the spell ends for an affected creature if it takes damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the
Yeah,
creature
there's
out
no-
of its stupor.
Okay,
it's
so
part
it
of why
doesn't-
it's
yep.
stupid. There's no
Okay,
save.
yeah. All right, the other one, they just stare at those psychedelic colors that seem to be whirling through the air. Drool just dripping down the wolf's mouth. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. All right. Well, that brings us back to Cole.
I'm gonna just yell, "Get that one!" The one that's tearing the stuff off of his body, and I'm gonna charge into the one in front of the one I threw the spear at, and pull the spear out of its leg, which is where I assumed it hit, and come back and just pull it out and just kind of stab it back again in the same spot.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage.
That's a 25.
It's incapacitated, right? It's an automatic crit.
I think so. Right?
Yeah, makes sense
Chuck,
to
correct
me.
me if I'm wrong.
I think that's right.
Incapacitated is a creature can't take actions or reactions.
Is that an auto crit though?
It doesn't say anything else for
Okay.
incapacitated.
Okay, never mind.
I said
So it
12
should-
points of damage to him. And I always forget this. I've got an extra attack. I should be attacking twice every turn. So I'm going to do it again. Yeah, pretty damn important.
It's not technically an advantage either because of incapacitated. After the first hit anyway, it takes away the incapacitation because of hypnotic pattern.
Okay, so this one's just at normal then.
Mm-hmm.
I said 13 to hit.
Muted, bud.
Yes, hit.
Well,
Roll
I
damage.
know that. Yeah, and that's another 12 points of damage. Those were really good rolls.
Yep.
Insane.
Is he still up?
He is still up.
Smite his ass.
Gotta love it.
You doing a first or second level spell?
Just a first. That's no. Hey, 5 points radiant.
Yeah, so Cole, you know, blinding speed again, just finding your rhythm now with the spear. You dart forward, pull it. You yank it out of the creature's leg, and it's just staring, oblivious to that you yank it out. So you drive it in again. It sticks right all the way through until it finds the ground before you pull it out. The creature snaps to and turns to you. This wolf-like face just snarling at you and snapping. The second spear strike comes quick, and you see that radiant energy just ball up around as it slams into its side. Blood splashes again further, more just covering the ground, mixing with the mud and the rain on the ground. All right, Sveta.
We will move. Let's see. We'll go here and then here. We're gonna smack this guy with the sun sword, make it a booming blade. For a 15 to hit, which hits. He has sneak attack, assuming that the Barovian Commoner is an ally.
The Barovian commoner is dead. So
That one is?
they
Fuck.
were an ally.
Well, shit. Take 9 points of radiant damage now, and another d8 of thunder. 2, and then he will bonus action disengage. And that was, how much movement was that? 15, 10. Go back away 5 feet. And if that werewolf decides to move, he'll take another 8 points of thunder damage. That's his turn. He just like rushes around, looks at Anna briefly, and just continues around, takes that blade and just does a jumping spin across, slashing across its shoulder, trying to get it to not move as that marble snaps in his hand. He just very quickly springs backward.
Yeah, Anna doesn't even register you looking at her. She is slack-jawed, staring into the the swirling colors that are dancing all around. The one guard that is sort of there, he's watching. He just backs up suddenly and slips a little in the mud as he almost trips and falls with the spear in front of him. This wolf is incapacitated. This one is not. But same thing. He's just going to rush in. He's going to grab the mule, and he's going to take off.
He takes that 8 points of thunder damage as he does.
Did we skip Ash and myself there?
You know, we did. I don't know how that's.
I was gonna say.
I guess Rusty. You know.
Put him back.
Chalk it up to you guys not being able to make it to shows.
Hey, I made it.
I don't know.
Ash.
I'm sorry. Well, that was cool. Let's try it again.
Yeah, I skip your turn for every session. Yeah, we have to miss.
I'm gonna do my second arcane shot, grasping arrow again. Let's see if we hit first. For an 18.
18 hits.
So initially that'll be 7 points of damage, or 10 points rather. I'm gonna take another 7 points of poison damage, and he's got to make that strength save again as an action if he wants to do anything.
Okay.
Or if he moves, he's gonna take some damage as well.
In other words, that guy moves, he's gonna have a hard day.
Or a real bad time.
You leave Sturdy alone.
It's just
We
the
made
easy
a
win.
friend.
Durango.
Durango continues to fuel the psychedelic madness with his music, but partway through, he just kind of turns his mandolin real quick towards the werewolf in front of Cole and lets off a couple of blasts. It's 19 to hit.
19 hits.
For 6 damage. Second attack is that's a hit.
Ooh,
For
nice.
14 damage.
Very nice.
All right, what was the first one? What was the damage on the first one? 6?
Yeah, 6.
It was
Sorry.
pretty low.
And then the second one was a 14. Yeah, nice. You hear that sickening thud, one after another, as those Eldritch blasts slam into each side. Bones crack and break underneath the force of this magical push. That's this ball that slams into them. The energy that cascades out of the tip of your mandolin. The creature doubles over before just barely pulling itself back up to its feet. Blood gushing from its wounds in its mouth as it still continues to stare. Eyes darting between you, the guard, Ash, everybody.
Durango just tosses his head back with a laugh, mocking it, and that's my turn.
That werewolf's still incapacitated. How long does hypnotic pattern last for?
1 minute.
Fucking minute.
Jesus.
10 rounds.
Jesus Christ.
It is
Also
it
has a
is-
range of 120 feet. Because
It
why
is one
not?
of the. It is one
Yep.
of the most insane spells in
It's-
Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
It's intense.
My friend, I will teach it to you, but you are simply not the great Durango Fortescue.
Why you need none of
this
that
one-
fancy shit?
Is going to attempt to tear at his bindings.
Athletics.
Yep.
All right. Frees himself there, and that'll end his turn. to this one in front of Cole, who is just going to lash out.
Hey, 22 hit.
22 hits. Go ahead and take 4 points of damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's
Oh
reduced.
no!
That's reduced to half because of the
Sure.
heavy armor mastery and a Constitution throw. You said
Reduced by
Yep.
3, isn't it?
it is reduced by 3. Yeah, so that's 1
Yeah.
point. And con save.
Werewolf Cole, let's go. Voluntarily fail that shit, bro.
A beast of the moon for
It's a
somebody
16.
who worships the sun god.
Yeah. Succeed, yeah, 16. So, it's just in its last-ditch effort, the wolf grabs you, and although you manage to bat away the claw with the shield, the face just reaches around the side and just bites into your arm. You can feel it sting and burn as the teeth just begin to gnash, but they don't seem to pierce through all the way into your metal armor underneath. The crunch, you can feel the metal bites into you, but the teeth don't reach.
The teeth don't reach.
The teeth don't reach. Cole, you're up.
Hey, get your mouth off me! And just stab him in the head. Rip the face off, back up, with the shield front, and 300 him in the face.
Pin him to the ground.
That's 18 on the dice for a 27 to hit.
Jesus. Jesus.
Jesus.
He just deaded him. Probably had like what, 1 HP left?
One HP, yep. Jeez.
Well, I rolled
You
a
rolled a
1,
one, yeah.
It's a 7 piercing.
Yep, 7 points of piercing damage. Yeah, so as you whirl around with the spear and you drive it through him, and it just goes right through, and you feel it, you puncture out through the back before you twist and yank, and the creature just slumps over onto the ground.
And you see, as I twist and yank, some of the blood sort of swirl out and become absorbed by the spear, and I gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
Disgusting.
Ooh.
So that's 6 temporary hit points.
Make the murder machine tankier.
I still have an extra attack.
Another attack.
So I'm gonna move up to this.
Go kill the
I
other
can
one.
make it. I can make it. Shit. And use my second attack on this werewolf as he's pulling the bramble off of him. It's an 18 to hit.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, well, you just stay where you are, and I try to pin his foot to the ground.
And he dies from a foot wound.
There's 9 points of damage.
Oops. Oh, so you drive that spear down right through the thigh. It just cuts right through, and the look of like a trapped wolf. It just begins to sort of gnaw and claw at its own leg almost to try to get out from the spear that's pinning it to the ground. Tinsveta.
Tins is just going to step forward and give Cole kind of like a half grin, and then he's going to try and decapitate this dude with the booming blade. Because now we have friends, which that definitely hits. 21 to hit. 8. 15 points of radiant damage, and then another D8 of thunder. Only 1 point of thunder, but still 16 points of damage with a single strike. And then he'll just kind of look at. Did he die? Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he's dead.
He had 3 hit points left. Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah, he just steps forward, gives him like a half-hearted grin, and then just takes the head.
And rips the spear out of the leg.
That's my turn.
All right. Ash.
Can I give my bonus action help to Ash to kill this last one?
Ooh, you're asking a lot of Ash on this one.
It just gives you advantage.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Let me see.
And
if
he'll
I
take
wanna
that
do
blade
this.
after he takes it still with it in the air, and he points at the other one that's like drooling, and he just says, Ash, do it to that one.
Do we want it alive for any reason? I don't know why I tried to turn into coal for a second. Sorry. Practicing.
It's
it's not
cute,
even-
mate.
All right. I'm gonna roll to the side and make two attacks.
First one's at advantage.
What breaks incapacitated again?
Anything, any damage or anything that would shake it out of, like somebody taking an action to shake it.
Okay.
Actually, where was I? I was over here. I'm gonna run forward if I can make it. I don't think I can. Never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing what I was doing. I don't want us to take the goddamn mule, but I don't have enough movement speed. All right, first shot at advantage.
You're supposed to crit.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
For 8 points of piercing.
The poor boy just learned how to roll. Don't.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, 26 to hit. For another 10
I expect
points.
high things from these people. High expectations in the Neg 2 crew. Why? I don't know. But
Yeah, that's your problem, not mine, buddy.
For kicks and grins, I'm gonna go ahead and also use second wind.
get Zim hit points back.
For
Nice.
7. Yeah.
7 plus your con, right? Or is it your fighter level?
Plus my fighter level, so it's actually
13.
12, 13. Thank you, math.
So the two arrows fly. Both of them slam, pierce into the werewolf, although it doesn't seem phased, as it's just still sort of staring slack-jawed into the mist as it turns suddenly, and its eyes shake as it looks over at you and is startled. Immediately starts to hunch down.
Somebody get the mule. And that'll be my turn.
Durango.
Durango charges forward with his warhammer. No, he's black.
I was like, what?
That's an 11 to hit.
11 hits.
For
Max
14.
damage. Hell yeah.
And another 11 to hit. Come on, another 14. No. That's another 7 damage.
Still 21 points in a turn. From a cantrip.
That's all he's got. Don't be too hard on him.
Yeah, as those bolts
not.
fly through the rain just steaming off them as they smash into the werewolf. You can see just it kind of whips around and just barrel rolls with them as they both of them crash into him before it picks itself up quick, panting.
Seeing that his opponent is not dead, Durango is going to heroically get behind Ash.
All right,
That's
now
what-
this werewolf
We'll now kill the mule.
is gonna go take that goddamn mule.
No, Sturdy!
We tried,
And run
Steve,
away.
We tried.
It grabs the mule, it just picks it up in its arms and takes off running with blinding speed towards the tree line.
Find blinding.
Well, you know,
I don't.
I mean, he's running with a mule.
it's a strong
Put him at half
creature.
speed at least. Come on, he's carrying a mule.
And the mule's gonna be fighting him now because the guy broke his
Incapacitation.
incapacitation.
Oh, the mule's running with it. He just bites into the mule's neck and runs with it.
Oh, wow. Pour one out for the.
mule.
Pour one out for the.
You know what? No, I'm a
Main
loaded
man
bolt.
sturdy.
You're gonna load a crossbow bolt? Go ahead.
Oh wait, shit, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, if you'll let me, I'm taking a couple more shots.
I'll give each of you one more shot if you want.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Eldritch Blast has crazy range. Why not?
Is the mule still alive?
The mule has 11 hit points. I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
Ash doesn't care. He's firing off an arrow for 12.
Because it matters. Because if it's alive, I get sneak attack.
Are you sure that mule's an ally, though? You guys had a heart-to-heart? Have you discussed your intentions?
Listen, I may be in
Your
winter,
goals
but
align.
I like a
Yeah,
sturdy.
no, the mule's dead.
Damn it.
Ash doesn't care. 6 points of piercing.
Nah, I missed anyway.
The mule has more hit points than the commoners. That's
I got an 8 to hit.
sturdy.
That makes sense. Honestly, people are fucking wimpy.
It's another 9 points of force.
Ooh, that's.
You gonna
That
throw your
regular.
spear again?
Oh yeah.
The 60 feet. Yeah, okay. Yep, sure.
Yeah, right within there. And
You
that
don't lose your
is
spear, bro.
max damage again. 12 points.
All right. Still up.
Ah.
Would you get 10s?
I got an 8 to hit. And it's a non-magical crossbow, so
Right.
Ash is gonna smack one of the guards. Throw it.
He like shakes off the incapacitation.
so tell me, can I catch up to him with 60-foot movement?
If he's dashing with this, again, I'm gonna give you a no through the woods. I mean, if you want to chase him through the woods, you're more than welcome to. We can.
We don't want to
go
lose
that
the
route.
blood spear.
I'm not running through Barovian woods. Well, the blood spear, it's not gonna travel with him.
Okay.
Right, DM?
All right, so
I can
Yep.
retrieve my weapon.
oh, it's gone. It was stuck in the wolf. Yeah, so you manage to you walk over to the tree line. You look for signs of the wolf, but and you can see the blood trail headed through the woods. But quickly the fog shrouds your vision of anything beyond. Another scream as Anna suddenly comes to consciousness and just bends down, and you can see the other two commoners, everybody just holding each other, shaking, looking at the desecrated, mangled corpses of the other two that are on the ground. The guards do their best to stay vigilant now, shaking off the effects of the hypnotic pattern. And the rest of you looking around for any sign of additional assailants.
Oh, snap, my browser crashed.
Well, I think that's a good spot to take a break.
Sir.
I concur for what it's
So
worth.
thank you, everybody who popped in. I saw some new faces in there today. Please make sure that if you are liking or following the channel, you've got 300 elf eggs to spend. We're giving away, what was the game tonight?
Tonight's game is The Alien Way.
The Alien Way. 2D platformer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it looks like a pretty frantic one. Very, very frenzied, very button mashy, very frustrating.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Love it.
Perfect.
Souls-like.
Everything's Souls like these days.
Everything is Souls-like. Anyways, guys, give us like 10 minutes. We're going to refill the old beverages, get Ryan's computer. It's already working again, but we're going to
Yeah.
refill beverages, take the bio breaks, and we'll see you guys in 10. Make sure you spend your elf eggs. We'll see you soon.
We're starting.
And that's what happens when
Yeah.
you go to church drunk.
You know what?
What
I gotta do that
trend-
more often.
What trend has Trevor started with this now?
It's great. I'm here for it.
All
Now you
right,
get
well,
to feel my
welcome,
pain.
welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, you had some time to refill your own beverages and spend some elf eggs. But unfortunately, for two of the commoners that were being escorted on this particular mission, they will spend no more elf eggs. As the two bodies lie there, the blood and gore soaking into the mud. The guards do their best to try to cover the two of them and look to the rest of you as if not certain what to do next.
Well, I'm just gonna start wrapping the commoners in their cloaks and tying it off, down the length of the cloak. Encapsulate as much as of their biomass as possible.
Tens is going to look at Durango for a moment and just say, "Can you wait, hold on before I do this. Is Anna wearing any armor?"
No.
Okay. He's going to take off his armor. He's just going to look at Durango and be like, "I'm going to step away for a moment. I'll come back." And he looks over at Anna and just says, "I want you to wear my armor." He steps off and starts taking off his leather armor.
It's no, please, it's kind, but I don't.
It's too late. It's too late.
I don't think it'll fit. Yeah. You can see she's, a heavier woman. Well, the height's roughly the same.
It'll cover the vitals. It's fine.
All right. So you assist the best you can in fitting it to her, although it is sort of just kind of hanging and dangling in some parts. She seems more embarrassed and still tears just streaming down her face.
And he'll take out a marble and he'll kiss it for a moment as you guys see a bunch of snow kind of like gather around him from the rain, and then it'll dissipate off of him as he casts mage armor.
Okay.
Once I'm done tying up these, did we leave with a cart of any sort, or were we just all hoofing it?
Just
We're
all sturdy.
all on foot. Yep. Just
Okay.
sturdy.
Um,
Rest in peace.
yeah. So
Can we get an F in chat for sturdy?
F and
poor
chat for sturdy.
So yeah, after they're all tied up, I'm gonna bring them to the roadside and try to find rocks and at least brush cover for now, and we can't take them with us. Won't be able to come back later with a cart, but we want to protect him from any sort of vultures. Start kind of protecting him for the time being, and hopefully they'll swing back and grab him and be able to bring him back to the monastery afterwards.
Honestly, you guys should probably just take him and go back. I hate to say it, but you clearly don't know what the fuck you're doing.
The two guards kind of shuffle in place a little bit, just a little, you can tell their pride reeling up for just a moment before the reality sort of sinking in. I said I would see this through, and we will see it through. It's been a while, but maybe another couple hours to Vallaki.
Write your husband a note then that we can give it to him if you die, because I ain't gonna be responsible for that. And Ash is gonna truck off and check the bodies for anything useful. Check the stack of pelts that the original ones were holding on to. See if there's anything of
Sure, make an investigation check.
modicum of value.
Mhm.
Investigation. In alphabetical order. Why can't I find it? There we go. 14.
So with a 14, you look through, and the pelts themselves are, being an experienced woodsman, pretty worthless. You can tell they are old and torn. It's there wouldn't be much use to anybody, and looks like it was more there to potentially lure travelers in than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. And then I am gonna go pick up the wolf's head that Hen's chopped off and just kind of tie it on my side there.
Okay. Well, you go to the wolf's head. It is a humanoid. It's a male. Looks like well, maybe late 20s, early 30s. Sort of brightish, like reddish brown beard.
Yeah, I'm still gonna take it.
All right. Everyone sort of looks sideways at you as you're just tie this human head to your side. Sure.
Does it still have the wolf features or no? Did it revert back?
It reverted back.
Oh, okay. Well, then I realized that I'm an idiot and just kick it off to the side.
Everyone looks at you sideways as you just kick ahead into the woods.
Sorry, I'm a little indecisive about what I want to do right now.
You get used to it.
He seems so nice back at the house.
You get used to it.
And she does her best to look as presentable and regal as she can in the ill-fitting armor and slight glow surrounding her.
Finishing up, making sure everything's tidy. Well, we should probably get moving. Rain's not gonna let up anytime soon.
Ash is
There
going to
will be
walk up.
time to discuss the dead and give them their due, but for now we must be concerned with the living.
Boy, before he heads back up to take point again, Ash is just going to put a hand on her shoulder and be like, sorry about Sturdy.
She was a good mule.
Tins wipes a frozen tear from his eye.
Well, no point in dallying, lest something else find us out here. Let's just be off then.
All right, here we go. Ash will take point, taking extra caution, knowing that two of them got away on the tree lines.
And in the distance, you can hear the wolves howling, just further off, beyond the lake, beyond the tower that howls. The houses seem to resonate one to another throughout the woods. A few hours go by. The journey is somber, but you make pace. The rain continues to fall heavily as you cross yet that last stone bridge, that wooden wall surrounding Valaki now just visible in the distance. You approach the gates, and which are still open this time of day. Guards sort of look side-eyed at you, a little shocked to see you again. as you once again set foot into the town of Valaki. Let me bring up the map. Got it somewhere. There we go. Can't seem to get this to do what I want it to do.
Loading's hard.
No, it's just like stuck behind a screen, you know. That's all I got there.
What time of day is it?
So it's difficult to tell with the sun being so far beyond the behind the clouds and the rain just pouring down. It still it feels like it's at any moment. It's just the light is going to do what little light is making it through is going to disappear. But you know, trying to calculate and look at how much time the travel went and how many times you've made that trip, you're going to guess it's sometime around 2 p.m.
Okay. Well, we've got a couple of options. We can either relax the rest of the evening, or we can go dress shopping now. It's up to you, Anna.
I could use to get out of these wet clothes. I have not been to Valaki in some time, so I will defer to your judgment.
He looks to Cole. Blue water?
Yeah. Oh, I think after what everyone just went through, maybe a bit of rest is in order. Your husband won't be too mad if you're gone for the evening, would he?
No, we assumed 2 days.
Beautiful.
That's if that's, you know, if we don't have to get the dress made. That is, you know, it could be potentially be longer.
I'm gonna go. I ain't got nothing else going on. At least get this started.
Of course. Well, lead the way. She does her best to smile at you. Under, you know, darkly underneath this bright red hood.
Oh, she's coming with me.
Oh, I'm not with you. Just everyone. I didn't realize you were going in a different direction.
Oh yeah, I was gonna head out and try to see if because we can't find when you get a maid. Ash doesn't want to fuck around and wait.
Okay, so you're gonna try to find a dress shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna look at Cole. Do you want to go with him, or do you want to stay with Anna? Durango, no offense, but I'm assuming that you want to go have some food with the nobility, right?
Why, Mr. Tens, you have assumed most correctly. Nothing works up an appetite like the slaying of foul beasts.
Well, if a lady's walking around town by herself, it's sort of breach of contract, so...
So I'm saying, do you want to go, or should I?
I'll go.
Okay. And I'll chill with Durango. We get some one-on-one time with Durango.
So as you guys figure out your next move, you begin to walk back down through the town. The town, much as you left it, continuing to stay relatively lively, people preparing for whatever next event the Burgomeister has planned. Nothing seems overtly off with how you left it. No apparent coup taking place, no death in the streets, if you will.
So she's a liar. Got it. Hate that noble woman. Whatever her name was.
as you all make your way past, you walk past the church. There's that sort of warm, comforting feeling as you pass by the gate. Ismark actually is outside, standing at the doorway of the church, and he sees all of you and rushes to the fence for a moment. Well, look who's returned. How are your travels? How are you finding Barovia?
Yeah, it's
It's shit. It's shit.
Yes, quite eloquently put.
That's me. Mr. Eloquent.
Well,
Yeah.
you look like shit.
I mean, that is me.
I had run into some werewolves on the way here, to be honest.
Rango just smiles, knowing he is impeccably groomed.
Sort of smirks at you, Durango. Werewolves are the worst of well, I don't know that there is a worse, but Strahd's minions, of course. Men with free minds too, cursed. Foul things. Well, it would appear you made it out alive, and with new companions, I see.
We're on a bit of an escort mission, as it were.
Seems to be a trend for you, huh?
Unfortunately,
There are many who seek the company of the great Durango Fortescue.
this is why I
Mavvin.
say unfortunately.
Yes, I believe it. Well, you are very adept at it, and we, of course, will be more than happy to act as reference.
We appreciate that.
But anyways, I will let you continue on your way. It is like the gods are pissing on us right now. I can't stay out there for long.
You staying at the chapel there?
Yes, me and my sister are here still.
We might be here
It's
for
been-
a day or so.
Oh, good. It's been quiet. Quiet is good.
It is. We'll spend some time. We'll get a drink.
If
Great,
we are to be staying the night in town, I assume that a performance would be in order from the great Durango Fortescue.
I can't wait. It's been boring as hell with all of you gone. Yeah, of course, at Blue Water, yes?
You know where to find us.
All right, we'll see you there. And with that, he like sort of dashes off back into the church.
Ash is gonna sidle up next to Cole. Probably use an extra arm.
Well, yeah, let's do it. Let's make it quick though. I'm thirsty, if you know what I mean.
We'll talk to him when he comes by tonight. See where his mind's at.
Yeah, so I guess we're going dress
Shopping. All right.
Gonna say yes to the dress.
All right. So as you guys, the two of you, as you split ways, the rest of you head towards the Blue Water. You all head towards that center of town. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, with advantage if it's the two of you looking.
Yeah, who's got the better perception here?
I got a +5
Oh, that's all you.
with advantage. That is a 24.
24. Yep. So, making your way through town, you have scoped this entire area out and spent several days here, Ash, and you're already felt like you got a fairly good lay of the land. So you very quickly and adeptly lead Cole to a relatively elegant looking dress shop. It is a 2-story brick and plaster building with sort of reddish brown brick on the outside. You can see planters in the front, although the flowers looks like despite the owner's best effort, are not going to make it. as with the temperature change and the perpetual gloom that pervades the land. But overall, it looks to be a fairly warm and pleasant place. As you enter, the front door makes a bit of a ching-ching, like a chime sound as you enter. Behind the counter is a fairly well-dressed individual with sort of black and gray hair slicked back. As he turns towards you, sort of thin and lithe. Welcome to my shop. I was not expecting visitors. Please hold. And he puts down a bit of thread work that he's working on, something, and he pulls a pair of spectacles up over onto that slick back hair. What can I do for all of you?
What's your cheapest wedding dress?
My cheapest wedding dress. But I mean, I guess anything could be a wedding dress if you. Is it a formal occasion? Who is the betrothed?
It's
I'm just gonna put a hand on Cole's shoulder, not say anything.
Oh, is it? Well, this is how much time you got? And I start like going down, like, you know, it's a wedding dress for a potential Strahd wife to be, but you know, just sort of the whole, you know, giving the impression that we know this is sort of a strange thing. Yeah. I'm not going to go to the details that she's... No, not that she's just sewn together. Whatever.
But that she's a bride for Strahd?
Yeah.
He looks at the two of you.
We're not crazy. I know what you're thinking.
Oh no, I know it sounds completely bonkers.
Did someone put you up to this? Is this a joke?
Should have waited for me.
Is this it?
I wish it was. It ain't.
I will be making no such dress for any bride of Strahd. That's the case, and I would assure the both of you that if you're going to get drunk in the afternoon, perhaps go play around in the market square with the rest of the children.
Ash is gonna grab him by the collar and slam him down on the counter real quick and get close and go,
why?
"Hey, just make the dress. It's free gold." And I'm
Make an intimidation check.
Perfect. Fuck. 12.
Take whatever you want. Take anything. Just take it.
Ash it off of him. That's why I travel with Durango. Listen. It's not. It's still, you're not helping out Strahd in any way. I promise you. Right. Promise you.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
12.
He sort of steps up and then like moves backs up a bit and picks up a pair of scissors, shakes them at you nervously. Leave my shop now before I call the guard.
Ash, we need to do something about your people skills as I push him out of the door.
I'm gonna fling a gold coin over my shoulder. Told you, would have been free gold.
You like ducks? As the two of you head back out in the street, you hear the door latch.
Well, I guess maybe. I don't want to be dress shopping.
Yeah, you're the one who insisted we go finally dress tonight. We could have waited.
We could have waited till we had Rango, Tesveta, someone that's reasonably less intimidating than the two of us.
I mean, you did just tell him that there's going to be a bride for Strahd.
Yeah, and then you slammed him against the counter.
It seemed like the best course of action at the time.
How is that the best course of action?
Hey, usually that gets results.
Listen, I'm all about hitting before I speak to anybody. You know the saying, striking before you, whatever. But he's just a dress tailor, mate.
Right, we probably could have just bribed him with some gold.
Probably just some gold next time. Tell you what, maybe next time we go to the bar, we have Rango and Tesveta.
I mean, if that guy hadn't been such an asshole about our story, I was gonna see if he was gonna make you a nice cloak to get rid of the holy one that you got.
You know, and I was about asking him that myself until you slammed him against the wall.
It was his desk.
Whatever. Come on.
All right. For those of you heading to the Blue Water, the inn is fairly quiet this time of day. Without Rictavio there, it seems one or two familiar commoners are escaping the rain and drinking, but nothing of note. As you enter, Danica sort of looks up at all of you, and a bit of surprise, a bit of confusion, and acknowledgement.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Go ahead.
28.
Yeah, it's very, and you astutely pick up on this like almost knowing glance that she gives you, this respectful look, more so than previously, than when you were just patrons, as if you both share a secret.
Secret, I got a secret.
Tinsel nod to the familiar patrons. Gerardo, good to see you. Alan.
Hey.
Durango makes as dramatic an entrance as he can and muster under the circumstances, bowing with a flourish towards the direction of the bar. Hello again, my friends. It is I, once again, the great Durango Fortescue, here to amaze.
Can we get a drink first before we amaze, please?
Well, if it isn't the great Durango Fortescue, just what we needed to cheer us up on this gloomy day.
Of course, the Durango, he appears where he is needed, and right now he is most needed here.
Tinsel go over to Danica and grab the bar twice and just go, can I get my room?
Of course.
If he's going to be entertaining, I can't do it today. It's not happening.
And it would appear you've traded your surly bowman and
no, we melded
lively
them together.
priest for some better company, it would appear, as she looks past her shoulder at Anna and the guards and the commoners.
Turns out when you take them apart like that, they turn into it's a joke for another day. He looks over his shoulder. Can I get a round for all of them on me? 2 rounds. Make it 2 rounds.
Oh, yes, of course. Coming right up. And she begins to pour the beverages, and momentarily she, oh dear, you are absolutely drenched. You cannot be wearing this. And she goes over to Anna and she pulls the looks sideways at you as she starts to help her out of the armor and the cloak and put it over by the fireplace and begin to dry it for her.
We had a altercation in the woods. Know anybody that makes anything helpful against werewolves?
Well, you need silver, typically. That's what they
Sure.
say. Wolfsbane, perhaps. There's a smith in town that'll work with silver if you can find it. It's a rare commodity in these parts, you understand.
Are there not any wolf hunters in town?
Not too many wolf hunters, yes, but not werewolf hunters, and not too many deep mining operations happening. You know, nobody particularly going back and forth between here and the mountains. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, Danica.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure Cole will want to speak with you whenever he returns.
Oh, so he's alive, eh?
Yes, they you'll find this amusing. Ash and Cole have gone dress shopping.
Oh, well, that's sweet, but you didn't have to. You know, I have plenty of dresses.
He gives her a half smile. No, it's for something else. Though I will
right.
consider it for the future.
I don't want Owen getting any of the wrong ideas.
You are married, after all.
Tell me about it. Owen, get the stew ready. She shouts out to the back, and she goes back, and you hear the pots and the pans and everything maneuvering. Upstairs, you hear the patter of the children's feet as they look over the banister and they wave at you.
He gives the tiniest of waves and looks back at Durango. Well, you're going to entertain, or are we going to sit and chat?
Well, my friend, I am rather far from the road. Hard to believe given the deluge. But I did not find the rainwater very satisfying. Perhaps a bite to eat as well,
Might not be bad.
Did I hear mention of a stew?
Yeah. I believe Danica and Owen are scrounging something up warm.
My friend, for a man who, not hours ago, decapitated a beast in the middle of the road, you seem quite despondent,
Comes with the blue. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I had a conversation with Ash yesterday that was a little enlightening.
Was it 3 words or 5?
Believe it or not, it was closer to something in the realm of 40.
Durango feigns shock.
As he feigns shock, you can see a little wisp of green kind of like shock through his hair.
So do not keep me in suspense, my friend. Please, enlighten me.
Oh, maybe I ought to leave that for him to tell. I don't want to be too much of a gossip.
But, Mr. Tens, you are a collector of tales, no? Is this any different?
Collection and telling are two very different things. But I'll give you this much. The resurrection yesterday was not good on his psyche.
Just for like the briefest second of the mention of the resurrection, like there's just like a little break in Durango's composure. Just for a second, that facade of rakish, the act, it just drops for a second, and he catches himself. My attention, Mr. Tens is piqued.
He's there's a frustration there in his past that was more than anticipated, I think. both in the moment and after.
From what I could tell, my friend, there is frustration in Mr. Ash's past. There is frustration in his present. I assume there will be in his future as well.
That's fair. I can't argue with that. This one was different, though. Just whenever he misses his shots, whenever he asks for arrows, don't go too hard on him. He doesn't deserve it.
My friend, he is one of Fortescue's finest.
True. He kind of gives a side eye to Anna. Think she'll make it home?
Why, Mr. Tens, in our company, do you doubt the prowess of Fortescue's finest? Hmm? You see how we dispatch these threats on the road?
That's fair. I suppose I did do it backwards. I could have just protected her magically and left the armor on myself now that I think about it.
I assure you, my friend, you will get an opportunity to try again.
It's just a marble. Do you think they'll see those that perished?
You mean the bodies we left behind on the road?
Well, we drug them off. Well, Cole did.
My friend, there is too much with a hungry belly in those woods to leave such a thing unattended.
That was my thought too.
But should we have tried to intervene, well, there is a good chance we would have joined them on the side of the road as well.
It's fair.
And it would be very difficult to enjoy a fine bowl of stew in the ditch on the side of the road.
It's not nearly as hard as you think it is. As long as you make it first, instead of, having to heat it up along the way or whatever. Leftovers are not always good.
The great Durango Fortescue does not take his meals on the side of a road in the dirt. So that is a preposterous idea.
He kind of looks over it towards where Danica and Owen are. A little impatient, and just doesn't say anything but turns back. Do you think we're doing the right thing with this dress?
Mr. Tens, and he kind of looks around, conspiratorially for a moment. If it gets circle close enough to drive his mace through the skull of that thing, then yes, we have done the right thing.
He's using a spear these days. I don't know that it'll be nearly as effective.
In this song, it shall be the mace.
Right. Goblin brain blower.
It shall make a fine tale, no?
It will indeed.
Do you think they are having much success in this hunt for a garment? Hmm? Can you
No.
picture them?
No.
The
This
brave
is-
circle facing down the crafter of dresses.
I can imagine Ash trying it on.
That, my friend, shall be a song in itself.
Mm. So where'd you get the mandolin?
Why, Mr. Stens, but did we not go over this not so long ago?
I think you and Ash did. I don't think I did.
Well, it is like I was telling our most dour friend. I was paid a visit from a grateful spirit of the land who had been released upon our destruction of that cursed tree. And it was a gift.
Insight. 22.
With advantage, because this is actually the second time
Hell
you'll
yeah.
be doing this exact same insight check.
Take the 22, but he still doesn't.
Wow.
So 24 on deception.
Tinge just kind of looks at him. I don't remember there being any spirits there, but maybe I'm wrong.
Mr. Tens, it's as much a mystery to myself as you, but an exceptional being like the great Durango Fortescue, it commands attention wherever he goes, no?
It is both a boon and a curse.
Truer words, my friend, have never been spoken.
So
I've got
some
nothing
time
else.
passes. Yeah, the stew is delivered. Anna and her company are at a separate table. The laughs filled with, mixed with some tears and some sorrowful glances as everyone copes with the losses that they endured along their travels. The door swings open as Ash and Cole enter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the brave Circle Mavvin and Mr. Ash.
At your service. And bow down, just drenched. Like, as soon as like the face like gets horizontal, you just see streams of water coming out of the hair and off the jacket.
But when he writes himself, he's dry.
Max Rango.
So that
Couple of the regulars. What was it, Gregorio or whatever?
Oh, hey. How you doing there? You don't mind if I just take it? Okay, thank you. Get me one of whatever.
Ash walks right up to Durango. Yeah, thanks, Durango. And prestidigitations himself dry.
I see that there's no dress.
About that.
Well, wouldn't you know it that dressmakers don't particularly like violence?
He gives a look to Durango.
Rango just arches an eyebrow so far. It looks like it's trying to join his hairline.
Why don't you tell him all about it, friend? And I'd go right over to the bar and start consuming.
We told him what we needed the dress for. He got freaked out. I tried to persuade him with all my, charm.
With his fists.
My charm.
Yeah,
And it didn't work.
figures. I had an idea, and he looks over at Durango. Considering that it's supposed to be a copy of Irina, we could probably take Irina down there and have her get a dress made for herself.
Why, Mr. Tens, this is most astute. Perhaps this would go more smoothly with Durango doing the talking this time instead of Mr. Ash trying to persuade a man's teeth from his head.
Well, between the two of us, I think we could handle it quite easily.
But not until I am done this too. Add another glass of wine.
That'll work better. I was, at 10s, I was gonna see if you wanted to go break into the guy's house tonight, but, that seems like a much better idea.
Mr. Ash, perhaps you could help by explaining to me where I could find this maker of dresses?
This mother. And I just explained to him where the shop is. And we were gonna get Cole a nice new cloak. And now we're not.
Well, we could all get nice new cloaks. Something along the lines of double F on the back, yeah?
If
I'm
mine's
over
not clear black, I don't want
Hell.
it.
It'll be perfectly blunt, Mr. Tins, I have not seen the works of this man. I am not entirely sure that they are up to the standards of the great Durango Fortescue. I shall not
fair.
go wearing just any rags.
That's fair. Maybe we should, after we see the dress work, we could see if they do decent cloak work. I'll take the first one. I like having multiple cloaks.
Is there anything else that we should know? Did you insult his family? Did you try to burn the place down?
Did you accidentally miss him with a shot and accidentally, break a machine or something?
Cole talked me out of doing anything else.
No, he just got physically violent with a tailor. You know, standard stuff.
Naturally. It's the correct idea every time.
Hey, it's worked before, okay?
Where?
Back home.
Excuse me, I'm going to need you to tell me where that is. Because if that's how that works there, I'm never going there.
I mean,
I'm just saying. Violence as a mean of communication is never my goal.
it might explain a lot about why I do things the way I do then.
It does. No, I don't blame you. Makes sense.
I think I need a drink. Take off towards the bar.
Well, Mr. Tens, perhaps we should go attend to this matter so that there is time for me to prepare for my great performance this evening.
Let's just do it tomorrow. We've got Ismark coming in. We can talk to him about it, see how he feels about it. Before we take Irina out of the chapel. He's pretty protective and all that.
This is even better.
Enjoy the evening, Durango.
And I know a little bit of time goes by. Everybody continues to drink and eat, and some of the road weariness begins to fade as even Anna's group begins to now start to enjoy themselves. Durango chiming in and playing the lute, emphasizing, telling tales and stories of the great Cole Mavvin and Fortescue's finest. Ismark arrives as well, and at this point, everybody a little inebriated, shouts and cheers, and it is a warm welcome, and it is a rare sight for the Blue Water as all of you revel in life. Is there anything? Yeah, go ahead.
Since it's going to settle up to Ismark and just try and talk to him about the idea of getting a wedding dress made with Irina's measurements.
A wedding dress to meet a lucky young lady somewhere along your travels.
No, very unlucky, actually.
Well, sometimes marriages are made for political reasons, yeah?
You could say that.
But I have always found, given enough wine, I could love just about anyone.
Are you coming on?
Even Ash over there.
Well,
Ash just blows him a kiss.
some people are into this surliness. I get it.
That's a strong, dark, silent type,
He's not silent. He might be the second loudest of us all from time to time.
Perhaps it is in the shadows or in your private moments, because I think I've heard him say 6 words, and I've known the man for a month.
Would you like me to give you a proper introduction to his verbose capabilities, then?
With that sort of glowing recommendation, I think I prefer the strong, dark, silent Ash. But yes, this is I guess, doable if she has similar measurements. I have not. Irene has not set foot out of the church, of course, since we've secured it. But I think we can make this work. I can't see any harm.
Well, push come shove, if you're really that nervous about it, we could probably have the tailor come to the chapel.
This is Barovia. I'm nervous about everything.
Yeah, I know.
But of course,
Sorry.
we can. We of course will help you. It is the least we could do.
All right. Enjoy your evening. And he goes off to a corner to sit by himself and sulk in a cup.
Ash is gonna go silently sulk next to him, facing slightly different direction.
Did you find another corner?
Kind of sucks when people do this, huh? And doesn't move.
Depends on the season.
Ash just smirks, keeps drinking.
Cole's gonna hang around the bar the majority of the night, and we'll look for an opportune moment when there's not really that many people around the bar and Danica's sort of around but by herself.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mavvin. We needed this today for sure.
Yeah, it was. It's been nice. It was a rough trail over here. Yeah, once you get a moment, I'd like to talk to you about some a couple things. You know, something about birds and you know.
I believe we've got a bit more wine in the barn. Could you give me a hand?
Oh, I'll be happy to. Get up and...
She wipes her hands off and drops a rag down. As she heads out, that motions you to follow her out the side door.
Yep. Without hesitation, just...
And as she takes you back there, she grabs a couple. She points to the wine keg, and you can see it there. And she grabs a couple extra mugs and things that they have stocked in the back in the barn area. All right, well.
I'll just be blunt about this. You know everything that happened at the winery, yeah?
I heard.
Yeah. After that, we went up to the old monastery. Yeah. The letters in, actually, and we were welcomed by the Burgermeister and diners. It was quite nice for a bit. What you know about the monk that lives in the monastery there?
We don't have much information, to be honest with you. The folk that reside there, the twisted ones, they're not too keen, and honestly will eat just about anything that falls in their lap. So it's sometimes a struggle to keep an eye on the situation. The monk himself, he always seems to sort of know he's being watched. The abbot. So it's difficult. We haven't been able to see much.
Well, the abbot is celestial, so that makes sense.
That would make sense. Why would there be a celestial in Barovia?
That's what I was hoping you would know. He proposed to be doing the work of Lyfander by creating those things. He stitched together a woman to marry off the Strahd, believe it or not.
It's this place, Cole. It attracts evil. in all forms. It takes all things good and just corrupts them. I'm sure
Oh,
it had the
yeah.
best intentions. I'm sure he wasn't a bad thing, right? But
His idea
You
of
know.
helping was, well, long story short, I'ma kill him.
well, you sure that's the best course of action?
Oh, absolutely. You want in?
You know, they say the enemy of my enemy is my friend, Cole.
He's...
I'd say from a certain perspective, we're all a little crazy and perhaps not going about things the best way. Yeah, it's just a matter of conviction.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if I can let it stand. You know, this place has done quite a bit of damage to quite a bit of people. But a lot of it... They got their own way, right? Those Silver Dragon Knights, whatever they're called. You know. They got into it in their own way. These people, those creatures there, they're just experiments. For greater good.
Sad, really.
I can't let that go on. In the same way that I can't stop myself from hunting down a werewolf or killing a vampire or whatever. It's gonna stop.
I guess it's admirable in its own right, but be careful.
Yeah, on it. Listen, I don't know too much about who you represent, except that you exist. And you're trying to do things the best way you know how. This ain't gonna be easy. No,
Pretty sure that's what we've been telling you.
you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm a slow learner, you know. Any help, whether it be personnel or otherwise, to take us on, will much appreciated.
Well, just because you can't always see us, Cole, doesn't mean we're not helping somewhere. And just then, her voice gets interrupted as a frantic cawing begins to resound throughout the barn. Her eyes look up at the rafters where there's now several of these ravens just cawing loudly. And the mugs in her hand drop.
What's wrong?
Oh my God. You see tears begin to well up in her eyes.
Okay,
He
what
killed
happened?
all of them. Strahd,
Who'd he kill?
the winery. They're all gone. And she pushes past you and rushes inside. And that's where we'll pick up next week. So thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening for Curse of Strahd. Remember to please spend your elf eggs wisely before they start to smell up your little inbox down there. We've got a dice giveaway this month. We'll be doing the final drawing for the dice giveaway for March on our Thursday night Plastic Cougar live show, which is a Blades in the Dark show. If you guys have never checked that out, it's a real hoot. It's a lot more lighthearted than this one, although there's meth involved. I don't know.
It's not
occasional
Beth.
dismemberment.
It's Beth.
Beth.
Yeah.
Methamphetamine.
Best
Sorry.
Methamphetamine. Best amphetamine.
Best amphetamine.
Best.
Sure.
Amphetamine.
Yeah.
It's best.
Anyways, if you want to figure out what the hell that means, check out that show. And then, of course, make sure you go and see if you won some dice. For those of you that are new to the channel, 2,000 elf eggs, just about the cost of an entire show. If you hang out here, get you an entry into our dice giveaway every month. And you can do that every single time, once a show. Yeah, once a day, right? That's how that works.
And you do have a few minutes here to get in your Steam game bribe Elfigs, 300 Elfigs, a couple more minutes before we give away the Aliens platformer game, Ben. What was the name of that one again?
That is the Alien Way.
I love aliens.
He does. He
He
does.
really does. It's weird. It's weird how much he loves aliens, man.
I just like to talk about aliens, like the possibility.
I got a bumper
The
sticker.
fact that UFOs are real, guys. It's proven already.
You
Anyways,
want to talk about this shit? Discord in there.
I've got a
can't do
whole,
this
I've got a
live.
whole
We can't
chat
do this
specifically
live.
for it. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. A huge shout out to our sponsors for the evening, Forge and Foundry, just the perfect pair. Goes about as good as Red Dragon Crush and Fortescue's finest. So thank you to those sponsors. Of course, Tabletop Audio for providing a lot of the audio that you will hear throughout the shows. And yeah, Ryan, are we ready to do a drawing?
We are indeed. Spinning the wheel. A friend here keeps winning. You're making out. You've got so much value in Steam games at this point. Shulael, congratulations.
Absolutely love it. Love to see it. Just filling up that library.
We're happy to supply. And then we need someone to roll a.
Games.
I
Look at
know.
Well, despite the fact that, let's go with Jay tonight. You hit things, Jay.
God, I'm so happy.
He's gonna
You
get
didn't
a
do any
low roll.
damage. You didn't really do any damage because of the non-magical bow, but you hit them.
I didn't care. D20. We have 15.
15.
Why can't you roll like that more often?
What's the AC of this D&D channel group right now?
It's pretty good. We're going to Roll Chameleon one-shot Dungeons and Dragons stream.
All right, well, let's show them how much we love these D&D streams, guys.
Chameleon.
Let's go out and make some friends, make some noise, and we will see all of you hopefully Thursday, but definitely next Sunday.